Ang Mamatay ng Dahil Sa'yo. So it's an inspirational, character-driven military thriller set in the West Philippine Sea. So we all know that's so relevant to us right now. Particularly, nabanggit pa siya ni President doon sa huli niyang SONA, reiterating our stand on it.
Wow, talaga,
So,
Direk. Wow.
It's a feature film concept between Direk Cesar Soriano and myself, Philip King.
Woo!
So,
Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
so our
Yeah, this film is very timely because in the past few days we've witnessed or we have seen what is happening in the West Philippine Sea, the Ayungin Shoal, where our soldiers had this altercation with Chinese soldiers. This event has really triggered a lot of misconceptions, and there's a lot of alarming moves that we all in the Philippines should really be aware of. And this is the reason why, as a former journalist, I want to really show the sacrifices, the great sacrifices of our soldiers guarding our islands, those who are assigned in Villa Sierra Madre, protecting what is ours, their stand, and what they have contributed to the country. So with this film, we'd like to let the Filipino people know that we have our islands, we have our seas guarded, and we don't want, as the stand of the Philippine government, hindi pwedeng maibigay kahit isang inch ng ating territory.
Very
And because of this,
interesting.
ang napakalaga, and the message here is, we want to promote patriotism among our young people, so that with the message of this movie for the next generation, who else will help us?
And to continue with your presentation, Direk Philip?
Yes. Also, as Direk mentioned, na particularly it's significant now because it's the 10th anniversary of the arbitration. So we all know we won that, and then a decade later, parang nothing has changed. Politics moves on, nag-iiba-iba. But to Direk's point, those men who serve and protect us, they stay. They stay there on that boat 6 months at a time. Na sila lang yung kasama ng isa't isa, na sila lang yung aasahan ng isa't isa, at tayo, yung buong nation, umaasa sa kanila. So this is their story. So we move on to the characters, and I'll give our cast members a chance to explain each one. Starting with McCoy's character.
Hello po, good afternoon po. Ako po si David Delgado. David Derek, no? Iba yung David.
Oo nga, no?
Nasanay 2 years po naman. Pag sabi ko David na eh. So, David po siguro dito. Isa po siyang leader sa Brotherhood. And di ko ma-discuss yung pinaka-detailed ng character, pero it's all about leadership pagdating kay David. And napaka-importante sa kanya ng responsibility sa pinaka-head ng grupo. Magiging team leader. Thank you, Derek. Siyempre, siguro i-compare ko din sa personal life ko. It's the same na ako as kuya, as panganay. Mas doon ko gagamitin yung pagiging magka-characterization ko. Doon ko gagamitin siya. Doon ko siya ihaan tulad. Kaya for me, it's easy to do and to connect sa character. Pero syempre iba si David, marami pang pwedeng halukayan pa para din mapakita kasi as you can see po physically ito yung parang ni David, hindi siya yung ang laki, hindi siya yung matangkad, pero siya yung ginawang leader. So meron siyang reason, meron something na nakita sa kanya. Kaya yun yung challenge sa akin, paano ko siya mapakita.
Up next.
Okay. Can you make kwento? Aaron, kwento mo namin yung role mo.
Ayan, una-una po, maraming salamat sa pagpunta nyo. Despite of our bad weather, no, still, you had a time to come and be with us on our press con, no? At sa character ko naman, I'm playing the character of Melvin. He's a 36-year-old guy, no? Came from Tarlac, which is my province. Ang galing na ginawa nito direct, no? Para matotohanan na, no? Came from a farmer's farming family, no? In the character of Melvin, no, he's a type of guy na who somehow obliged or somehow is taking care of these boys when it comes to, you know, clash and conflicts regarding with each dilemmas of each boys. At ang maganda rin sa kanya dahil family-oriented siya, so his goal is somehow, that's why he accepted this mission. So he doesn't want the recognition, but somehow kasi he wanted to give a good family as a breadwinner and as a good father to her lovely wife, no, and a lovely son. At malaking interest ang character ni Melvin sa bawat characters po na nakikita ninyo sa amin ngayon dito sa harap. Kasi when the times comes na if things got complicated, he's the one who somehow equalized these boys na not to the point na we're gonna go to like a chaos or something, no? So he's trying to settle down with these boys and somehow to check with these boys if each one of them are somehow fine or somehow struggling with their personal issues and stuff. So para siyang taga-balanse at taga-neutralize sa sitwasyon na makikita nyo sa pelikulang ito. Yun po.
Thanks, Aaron. Next is Polo. Share naman your character.
Hello guys, good afternoon po sa inyo na. My name is Paulo Laurel and I play the role of Jerome Chavez. And Jerome Chavez is the young, spirited Marine who grew up in Jensa naman. And yeah, he just wants to feel like he belongs. He wants to earn the trust of his brothers. He wants to make his family proud. And basically, he wants to be seen. And I can also connect to this character kasi I don't know if you guys seen the last reality show I've been part of. Medyo may in-open up po ako dun about being unseen. And thankfully, nasolve ko na po yung issue na yun with my family. And I am very excited to play this role. Thank you guys.
And then si Sir
I'd
Mon.
like to hear from, of course, Sir Mon.
Yes, I'll be playing Diego Jacinto. Si Diego Jacinto po ang pinaka-veterano sa magkakasama sa kumbaga grupo na to na kumbaga ay si Diego Jacinto marami na siyang nasaksihan o pinagdaanan bilang isang Marine. Marami na siyang nakitang digmaan, marami na siyang nakitang pagpapalit ng gobyerno at marami na siyang nakita o narinig na pangakong napako at marami na rin siyang nakitang mga kasamahan na dumating at nawala. Kaya si Diego Jacinto ay hindi lamang isang simpleng sundalo, kung hindi isa siyang tao na inalay niya yung buong buhay niya sa serbisyo at siya ay kumbaga ang Marine Corps ang kanyang naging pamilya at ang tanging gusto niya bilang kumbaga parang tinitignan niyang mga anak itong mga kasama niya o mga kaibigan, mga nakababata niyang kapatid. Ang gusto lang niya ay makabalik sa kanya-kanyang pamilya ang mga kasama niyang ito ng buhay.
Ang ganda pala, no? Now, complete na sa kanyang kwento. Okay, so of course, I'd like to hear from Gold.
Hi guys, magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Ako po dito si Andoy Flores. 17 years old, syempre ako yung pinaka-bagets, syempre. Well, ako 17 years old, nangangarap na maging isang marino para makatulong din sa bayan. And then sa masaklap na pangyayari, nagkaroon ng conflict, hindi ako pwede maging marino. Then, sumama na lang ako sa airpods ko na maging mangingisda. Then, sa pangingisda na yun, dun mas nag-expand yung knowledge ko sa sea. Then, iniisip ko dun na nag-start kung paano ko sa tingin ko matutulungan ko yung mamamayan kahit hindi ako marino. Parang ganun.
Ayun, yun mo munang kaya pwedeng i-share. Masyado tayo. Ayun, baka may makapag-overshare tayo. Okay, we'd like to request again our two directors the relevance ng proyektong ito, Sir Direct Philip and Direct Cesar, please.
Okay. But before each, i-interject ko lang na parang joining us si Ves Flores, Mark Newman, and JR Velasco. They're being part also of the Marines. Joining us for the photo. And then moving on, so napansin nyo, nabanggit nila Polo na taga Jensen yung character, si Aaron taga Tarlac, si David yung character mo kay taga Cebu, si character Sir Mon taga Manila, yung kay Gold taga Palawan. To remind that it's a national issue. That is a national issue for all of us. Na parang di ba sometimes, pag hindi nangyari yung bagyo dito sa Metro Manila, keps yung mga tao eh. Parang, so ito, it's time to remind everyone na, uy, isang lupalop ka ng Pilipinas, this is our nation. This is for all of us. So that's the undertone that we wanna try to evoke. And then, thematically, obvious na it's gonna be about brotherhood, service, but dun sa samahan nung ating 4 main Marines, it's about the intimacy of it. Like, can you imagine our seamen on the boats, nagiging chosen family sila with each other. Tapos, syempre, tension ka, you have bosses you're answering to, equivalent to the looming danger of what China poses to us. And then, Pinoy's being Pinoy's humor, syempre, koloko yan, magagaguhan, kung ano-ano. That's part of what gives hope. And all of that rounds out to who I think we truly are, which is resiliency. Resiliency, and then this one great image of the Sisyphean task, yung isang king na kinurse ng mga gods, na kailangan niya laging buhatin yung bato paakyat, tapos mahuhulog ulit. So this represents what those army men, those 4 Marines, are going through there. Na as Direk mentioned before, na they are standing guard, so we never lose an inch of what we have because it's for our kids, it's for the next generation. And then,
Direct Cesar has to add something.
Yeah, I think our audience should know, the Filipino people should know, the details of the sacrifices of our soldiers guarding the islands. Paano ba magbantay ng isla? Paano ba ang nangyayari sa kanila while having that 6-month assignment there? There were moments, there were times when they were harassed by the Chinese when their provisions, their food supplies, the need to be evacuated because nagkasakit, no? Medical needs. Nahahamper yun because of the harassments of the Chinese. So there's also this story that I think the Filipino people and the Vietnamese, Indonesians, the claimants of the islands there, how they collaborate with each other against the Chinese aggressor. Kasi hindi lang po Pilipinas ang nagki-claim. We also have the Brunei, Vietnam, Indonesia. They're all also guarding their islands. So how do they blend each other if there are problems, if they need each other? So parang the ASEAN people as against the Chinese people who was always harassing Vietnam. We heard stories about pumasok, nagkaroon ng intrusion ang Chinese dun sa Vietnam and Malaysia. Madalas may ganun eh. So it's a story that we have to know what are the details of how we were able to guard our islands. Bakit nandoon yung BRP Sierra Madre? What's the reason there? So, I think kung may pakita natin ito, more young people will really be inspired. Ito pala yung kabayanihan ng ating mga sundalo. Ito pala yung mga pagtitiis, ang lungkot at ang hirap na malayo sa pamilya, guarding the farthest post of our soldiers, no? Ang layo-layo eh. So, I want that this film be understood, be clarified of what our soldiers are doing in those islands.
Wow, wow.
Ayun. I think Direk mentioned everything. So, ayun, that's it for our film. And hopefully, when we have it shot and done, you'll join us again and then to promote it. Thank you everyone.
Okay, thanks Direk Philip and Direk Cesar. As this time to complete, na-mention na rin po na the BRP Sierra Madre, meron pong 4 na Marines also part of the cast na i-introduce ko. First up, I'd like to introduce, he is portraying June Mercado, ang chill na bagong salta sa barko, Chris Leonardo. Wala siya. Nasaan siya? Nasa barko pa. Okay, eto na mga medyo kilala na natin the rest. Nakakatuwa is my movie siya. Natutuwa lang ako. Ang stricto at masunuring Marine, please welcome, he is portraying Rafa Villanueva. And next naman, sana andito ha. Ayun, feeling ko andyan. He is portraying Sam de Guzman, ang level-headed Marine na iniwasan ang kampihan at iringan. Siya ang peacekeeper ng unit. Please welcome JR Velasco! Hi, JR. At kompleto na po ang 4 na Marine dahil tatawagin ko na siya. Anak-anakan po. Ito nakakatuwa na gumagawa ulit siya ng mga projects. He is portraying, ano to? Do you say it NATO o NATO? Charot lang. NATO Santos. An ambitious best friend ni Andoy, Yves Flores! Ayan, so hindi lang nakarating isang Marine for your questions. To shoot the first set of questions, I'd like to give the microphone to Miss Random Republica, Miss Kate Adahar. Hi, Miss Kate.
Hi, good afternoon. For Sir Philip, yung question, yung ang powerful nung title, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo, can you share with us the process of getting to that?
That was all Direk Cesar here. He came up with that. And I think it's just in line with all his past movies and timing. Sobrang may in-your-face talaga. The titles that Direk Cesar comes up with resonates talaga with the material also. May timbre.
And also, how did you come up with the cast? Were they handpicked? Did they audition?
Paano ba? I've worked with all of them pretty much. Tapos yung Direk Cesar then has worked with all of them. So it's vouching for their reputation and then yung naging experience din namin with them. So parang perfect sila for what's needed eh.
And lastly, how much research will be done? Do you have to talk to a certain government agency?
Super. It's a matter of national security. No, pero syempre, we want to make a legitimate movie. I mean, we want to portray something that's real. We want to pull it off properly. Like even to the point of having to reconstruct the Sierra Madre, we will do that. So, para maging legitimate siya.
Yeah. Nung ako po'y journalist sa ABS-CBN and other networks, isa po yun sa hindi ko malilimutan yung assignment ko doon. At tumakas pa kami doon sa Spratly Island, sinahabol-habol kami. I think we can give justification to our movie, what had happened, and being with the Marines, being with those people there, mas nakakatulong yung experience and backgrounds. So, yan po.
Thank you.
Thanks, Miss Kate. Would you like to add to that, Direk Philip?
I mean, so research, wealth of knowledge na yung ni Direk Cesar from his experience.
Coming from a seasoned journalist na actual experiencing Spratly, di ba? Thank you, Miss Kate, as I give the microphone to Miss Manila Santos ng ABS-CBN.com and Push.
Hi guys, my question's for Aaron, Mon, and McCoy. So it's a three-part question. One is, what was your first reaction when you got offered the role? 2, have you ever played a Marine before? And 3, what are you doing right now to prepare to be a Marine on screen?
First reaction po, Actually, confused po kami. Actually ako, confused ako dahil paano namin i-execute yung film. And alam naman natin, very delicate yung topic. And personally sa akin, confused na medyo excited na interesting kasi always ako nanonood ng news sobra akong simula bata nanonood ng news. And alam ko yung nangyayari, hindi lahat ng detalye. Kaya nung nalaman ko na meron ganitong film, tinanong ko agad na paano natin, anong role ko dito, anong gagawin, anong story, gaano ka-based in true to life po ba, ganyan, or based in inspired lang po, events. Kaya yun sa akin, halo-halo na nakakatuwa. Kasi first time ko ata din magkaroon ng role ng sundalo, and hindi biro, alam ko hindi biro ang pagganap ng isang sundalo kasi maraming pwedeng pag-aralan, maraming kailangan alamin, and unang-unang tumatak sa isip ko yung disiplina. Ito yung gusto kong nahasain na after kunyari magawa ko man itong film, gusto ko nahasa yung mas natutunan ko kung ano karoon ng disiplina, and maging aware ako kung ano may nangyayari sa atin, lalo na lalo na hindi dito sa syudad, yung mga nasa malayong lugar.
Well, ako naman hindi first time nagaganap ng sundalo, particularly Marine. Ilang beses na din akong gumanap ng sundalo. In fact, kasama ko si Yves Flores sa Soldier's Heart. Ginawa rin namin dati yung Mandirigma. At dumaan kami sa mga training events sa Scout Rangers. And knowing sila Direk Philip and Direk Cesar, siguradong marami kaming mga pagdadaanan na training bago sumalang sa shoot at immersion. Pero ang challenge sa amin dito ay hindi ito yung typical na sundalo makikita nyo Kasi imagine nasa gitna ng karagatan itong mga sundalong ito. Walang time para magpagupit, walang time para mag-ahit, walang time para maligo. Makakaligo lang sila kung merong ulan. Otherwise, sa dagat lang sila naliligo at isang tabong tubig lang pangbanlaw. So, ganito yung mga pagdadaanan at makikita ng audience dito sa mga sundalong ito. Hindi ito yung typical na malinis, mga gwapong sundalo. So, very challenging ito sa amin.
Salamat ko yun, Mon.
Character niya ata si Kuya Mon.
Una, I'm very grateful to be part of this film, and it's inspiring. Coming from Direk Philip, Direk Cesar's story, for us to execute. Especially now, we've been battling for the longest time to fight for this territory. So for us, it's a privilege and it's an honor for us to portray each characters and somehow dilute things kung ano nga ba talaga yung nangyari doon. Kasi marami sa mga Pilipino ngayon ang nagtatanong, ano nga ba talaga ang nangyayari diyan? Marami sa mga sundalo natin yan na naiiwan doon, hindi napapansin. Tama yung sinabi ni Direk Cesar na pati sa pagkain, hirap na hirap magpadala. So, us being a Filipino and in behalf of Filipino citizen, it's a privilege to everyone to showcase this movie and to be shown and to be watched by many Filipinos. And I would say, I would be proud to portray my character also to the fact we have to show the beauty of what's ours. And we have to take care of that and protect that. So yun po.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you, Ms. Manels. Can we pass the microphone to Bobby Ricatino of News Central?
Magandang gabi po. Kay Direk, why the issue about the West Philippines has been ongoing for quite some time now. Why do you think this is the best time na gawin ang movie nito?
Well, number one, I think that given the anniversary, because number two, parang there won't be a good time if no one actually does it and decides to do it. Kasi saka, I don't think it's an issue that can be easily resolved in so lagi siyang nandyan. And everyone, I think, is hoping for a peaceful resolution. So I guess it's that. And si Direk Cesar was the one who came up na let's do this now. So parang kung walang tumayo, gaya ng mga malis natin doon, it would not come to life eh. So, yun yung I think
Panahon na.
Oo.
And then last question. Once na ipalabas, ano pa yung maging reaction ng Chinese government?
Well, yung just going back na it's not about war. We're focused as with the love line divides, inspirational, the bonding of the four men. So, and I'll just say it, I'm Filipino-Chinese, so hopefully I get to give a unique perspective on the matter na hindi maging contentious as sometimes they make things out to be.
Like parang being careful dito na hindi makaka-offend the...
Not naman offending, but I'm just focused on the heart of the film. It's the brotherhood among our lead characters. So, and whatever shown there is what's we're gonna use di ba? Yung nangyayari talaga. So,
Okay, maraming salamat.
thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. This time, a set of questions from the entertainment editor of the Manila Standard, si Nikki Wang. There, hi, Nick.
Thank you, EJ. Hi. First of all, congratulations to the entire cast and of course the director and producer of the film. This question is kind of related to the questions of Bobby. My question is, I understand that it's the 10th year anniversary of the ruling at The Hague concerning the West Philippine Sea issue, but why do you think, or why do you believe that this story should be told? And is there something that you'd like to ignite or inspire through telling this film at this very moment?
No, well, for me, it's to show them, to show our Marines na out of sight, out of mind for us. Let's say, sa Manila ka, you don't know eh. But they are giving up their lives, as in like 6 months at a time, disconnected from their families, and hopefully to inspire support. Now we ran and see them as the heroes that they are. Parang if that means, hindi lang yung pagtingala na let's put more funding in supporting that program. Para yun yung tangible na pwedeng maging effective, di ba? Para mas maalagaan natin yung mga servicemen natin.
I believe that Filipinos should really rally behind our soldiers. It's now high time for all of us to understand what's happening around. Now, there are information that we will be revealing in the story. Like, iba ngayon, halos, starting from the Pogos, ang daming mga hindi natin alam na mga surveillance na like the submarines that was reported by the military na pumapasok na lang sa ating territory. And there were drones hovering around our military installations. And there were reports of so much spying. We cannot afford that we just have to keep quiet. We have to let the people know that this is what's happening. We are not at war. We do not want war, but at least all of us should know what's happening, and through this information, through these revelations, people will understand dapat magkaroon na tayo ng isang stand, and we have to rally behind our government. Marami nagsasabi, narito na ang mga Chinese sa Pilipinas. Narito na ang kalaban, sinasabi nila. But when are we going to understand what's really the purpose of all these things? Bakit tayo nagbubulag-bulagan? Bakit hinahayaan natin ang mga impormasyon na hindi tayo ma-alarma? Because it is not normal that foreign ships, military ships, pumapasok sa ating teritoryo na hindi man lang natin mabigyan ng time to really say something. Dapat we have to unite. I'm not saying Yung mga statements ni na Defense Secretary Chodoro, ng ating AFP, kulang. But through this film, mas lalong maintindihan why we have to make a stand and rally behind our government.
I see. Kasi, actually, ang follow-up ko doon, parang it's safe to say na yung film na tayo parang a wake-up call.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. My last question is, this is a very controversial topic. So the role of the actors is very crucial then. So did you have any requirement? What were your requirements in choosing the actors who will play the characters in the film?
As the executive producer of Ang Mamatay ng Dahil Sa'yo, this carries with our responsibility. So I have to know who the actors are. Like Makoy, I know him because he did very well in my previous movie, and I know that he can really justify and give meaning to the characters, and also Mon and the rest of our cast. This is a big responsibility as an executive producer. I have to consider a lot of things, and Direk Philip here is the man to beat, and I know that we can do this successfully together with the support of our cast.
Thank you very much and good luck to the film.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
Thank you, thank you.
This time, gusto ko malaman lang kasi medyo vary yung mga cast talagang iba-iba nang galing, di ba? I'd like to hear from Gold to Polo to Ives, Mark and JR. Kasi nakwento ko yung role nyo, di ba? Briefly, can you make kwento about your role and how did you get the part? Paano kayo naging part ng movie? Did you audition? May ganun ba? May casting call ka ba? Direct Philip?
For them, para is their excesses past experience with them.
Based on na nakatrabaho na niya. So,
Yeah. Alam ba natin na isa sa mga actors natin dito ay isang anak ng general na minsan dinala siya mismo ng tatay niya doon sa West Philippine Sea for how many months nagstay siya doon, and he has observed and experienced how it is to be with the Marines, no? Mr. J.R. Velasco.
wow! The General San Celestial.
Yeah. So I'm sure he will he knows, no, exactly what's how to do it, how to execute. Kasi nandun siya, naranasan yung kasama yung mga Marines, kasama siya sa mga sundalo.
Okay. So we'll hear from them siguro pag na-produce na natin nagawa na natin yung natapos na natin ang pelikula. But si Gold, ikaw alam ko naman yung reputation mo, mahusay ka talagang actor. Did you audition for this?
Hindi po.
Wow. Pinili ka.
Favorite ko si Gold, particularly for the role in...
Kayo naman pala to eh.
No. I mean, particularly yung character ni Gold kasi sa Pag-asa. Tapos hindi ko lang ma-share kasi may parang may punchline, but to not parang preempt, parang perfect si Gold sa gagawin niyang role for this. As in, like yun, perfect.
Mukha nga. Mukha talaga yung nasabi ko, mukha nga. Eh si Polo.
Ako po, I have worked with Direk sa Inday as well.
Correct.
Yes, isa po ako sa sundalo doon. And I think I have also proved to Direk my work ethic na I am an actor who is willing to grow and learn. And I'm very excited to work with this cast as well.
Okay. I'd like to give the microphone to the entertainment editor naman ng Manila Bulletin. Tito Neil, may mga questions ka na gustong itanong. Neil Ramos ng editor ng Bulletin.
Good evening po. Sa ating creators muna kay Direk Cesar at Direk Philip. Obviously these guys are our protagonists, no. Tayong bida rito, Pilipino. Ang medyo worry lang kasi ongoing yung issue. Unlike other films like Saving Private Ryan, siguro sabihin natin, or Platoon, tapos na yon, and we could like depict the Vietnamese or the Germans as bad guys, di ba? Parang it's a given na part ng history yun. Dito ba i-depict natin talagang bad guys yung mga Chinese and you know, ang worry lang doon eh, mag-raffle tayo ng feathers dito. Are you willing to take it on or ano bang plano nyo doon kung sakali man na ingay, magkaroon ng pagtatalo dahil lalo I understand yung target, yung understanding, you know, deeper meaning, pero isn't it like kung sakali yung ganun natin ipapalabas, mas lalong iigting ang ating mga usapin tungkol sa mga bagay na to.
I understand where you're coming from. We don't want war. Our government's policy is, you know, we have to be friend to everyone. But, you know, this is something that we have to understand. May nangyayari eh. We cannot just keep quiet. Ano bang nangyayari? Yun yung ikukwento natin. So that's it. That's my stand. Now, if you will be saying, baka mag-ignite ito, ongoing pa ito. We are just telling this story because we want our people to understand. Let them judge, let them feel that our soldiers are protecting our island. What can we do to help them? So, our objective is not to trigger war. Our objective is to let people understand what's going on there and our soldier sacrifices. That's it.
Okay. How about you, Direk Philip? May
Parang ako, we're not splicing the truth. If you get my pun natin. Yung sa altercation, di ba? We're presenting a nugget of truth based on 4 characters at yung samahan nila. And then what happens in the background is what's already being shown in the news, yung mga talaga nangyayari. So it's not vilifying anyone, it's presenting what's already out there. So yun din yung stance ko on it.
Okay. Just to follow up, no? Obviously you're taking that side, no? Yung angle na yung bida, silang kalaban. Dito sa Pilipinas, dalawang sides pa rin yan. May mga supporters din sila eh. Most of them nga businessmen, theater owners pa. So ang worry is that like, do you guys have like a plan B kung sakaling pigilan ang ating pelikula na may palabas kung sakali dahil nga ayaw nila yung gusto nyo ipatawid?
We always consider collaborating with our government officials, government agencies. Like we collaborate with Armed Forces of the Philippines, and for sure meron tayong mga consultants and people from the Department of Foreign Affairs. Perhaps you can also refer to them. Very sensitive issues that we have to tackle. So I'm sure that lahat ay bawat hakbang, bawat scene, bawat sinasabi nating pwedeng maging issue, meron po tayong kaukulan na pag-uusap at pakipag-ugnayan sa mga kinaukulang mga ahensya ng ating gobyerno.
May dadagdag po kayo. So on the producer side.
I am the producer.
Okay, yung aspect lang na sakaling hindi payagi palabas. Do you have like a plan B on that?
I don't really think negative. Lahat po nung pelikula ko na nagawa in the past, palagi lang sinasabi, hindi lalabas yan. Hindi lalabas yan. Eh, lumabas naman eh. So, hindi rin ako nag-isip ng negative. So, suportahan natin itong lahat. Kasi itong magandang pelikula na to, ang matagal nang hinahanap ng mga Pilipino na meron na ba tayo nakikita na film like this na doon sa BFP Sierra Madre, depicting the sacrifice of our soldiers. Ano ba? Anong gawin? So let's all rally behind this movie and help us in promoting patriotism.
Amen. Thank you po. Thank you, Direk.
Sir Neil, naiintindihan ko, it's still a film set lang talaga sa West Philippine Sea. It's a military thriller, an inspirational character. In fairness, nararamdaman ko yung exactly gustong i-impart ni Direk Cesar and Direk Philip. Okay, at this point, I'd like to give the microphone to Naz Tavares ng Pelikula Mania. Naz, you have questions? Okay, there, ito siya.
Hello po, ganun Direk and producer, Sir Cesar po. Medyo nabanggit na po kanina na, pero to be clear lang, this is a fictional film based on real events. Tama po ba?
Inspired by.
Pero may location na po ba kayo, and ano po sa tingin nyo magiging challenges nyo sa pag-start ng shoot?
Well,
As I mentioned, the recreating of the BRB Sierra Madre, that would be, I think, one of the most challenging tasks. Kasi, yun to make a parang playground for the actors to work in. Yun yung biggest challenge. And yung location, wala pa for now. But we're looking at 2 spots. So.
We have efforts to ask the support of our government, the military, so we can really have a meaningful film. Initially, we've already discussed about going to the BRP Sierra Madre, but of course, subject to some regulations from the Armed Forces of the Philippines and other government agencies. But may initial na okay naman. But there are things that we have to follow.
Sa cast naman, if ever na mapayagan, ready ba kayong pumunta sa location? Oh.
Narinig nila, Direk!
For me, opo, kung may chance na magkaroon ng ganun. Kasi hindi yun nagkakaroon di lahat ng Pilipino nakapag-witness ng gano'n. And wala naman masama, atin naman din yun. And syempre, yung awareness na makita mo visually talaga sa mata mo na ano talaga nangyayari. And ayun, makakwento ko yun sa magiging apo na si Mero. So yun, yung mas love sa akin lang bilang actor na makakwento ko sa career ko din balang araw sa mga pwede ko makatrabaho na ako actors na once in a lifetime yun na nagawa ko yun. And masarap sa feeling yung mga ganong bagay.
Thank you.
Handa ka bang
Who else, Ana?
Handa ka bang sanggain yung water cannon?
Acting no, talaga. Kunyari lang yun. Pilipino din yung umanda rin.
As actors, very interesting yung gagawin namin eh. Kasi ako mismo, katulad ng gustong iparating ng pelikulang ito, hindi ako masyadong familiar dun sa BRP Sierra Madre. Akala ko simpleng barko lang siya. Pero isa siyang kakaibang barko na puro kalawang talaga eh. Tukulang na. Kasi hindi pala yan, akala ko nung una, nakadock yan sa dagat. Nakaparada lang pala yan. So challenge din yung shooting namin, hindi kami pwedeng mag-shooting sa totoong barko kasi hindi pwedeng gumaalon-alon. May nakakalso sa ilalim. Ganun pala yon. So, oo, nakasadsad. At parang ito ang nagiging base ng mga Marines natin doon sa binabantayan nila. Yun ang kanilang barracks. So, parang kung sana makapag-shooting kami doon sa actual na Sierra Madre, napaka gandang edukasyon nito sa mga makakanood eh. Nakatulad ko, wala akong kaalam-alam tungkol sa Sierra Madre at dahil nga involved ako sa pelikulang to, napaka-interesting nito ngayon para sa akin.
Daman-daman natin yung excitement ni Kuya Mon, ano?
Sobra!
Hindi totoo.
Totoo naman.
Ang daming revelation na yun na ako mismo na, talaga pala, nasa gitna rin pala yun. Very, kaya importante ang research ng pelikulang ito na ready na po ang production na mag-roll ng narrative nito. Aaron, would you like to add to
Yes,
share?
kami sinasabi nila direct, no? It's a once in a lifetime experience, no? Kung may experience namin to, it's gonna be a beautiful experience for everyone. And feeling the atmosphere, no? Pag nandun ka na, Na-imagine namin parang pinag-uusapan sa telebisyon, pinag-uusapan sa radyo, pinag-uusapan, di ba? So parang pag nandun ka, parang grabe, di ba? Shit, ang sarap na ito. Parang nakaka-proud bilang Pilipino to be there. To the point and the fact na we're protecting and fighting for this spot for a long time already. So it's gonna be a fun experience and memorable experience po kung nangyari yun.
Thank you, Aaron. Napansin ko si Makoy, ano? May kakaibang lalim na talaga. Mukhang ibang aktor ka na talaga na. Iba dati ngingitian mo lang ang press eh. Ngayon may mapa-expound ka pang nalalaman. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Makoy De Leon. Deserve mo itong project na to. Siyempre, we'd like to hear from Gold. Same question.
Well, ako, syempre excited ako maka-work po lahat. And, Hindi, well, gusto ko rin ma-experience yung doon. Syempre, iba yun. Gusto ko siya ma-experience and kung ano yung pakiramdam na nandoon ka.
Pero nasa bangka ka lang kasi di ba hindi ka
Ay, actually, iniisip ko baka hindi ako makapunta doon. May isda pa pala nga ni. Tingnan natin.
Let's see.
Malay naman natin.
I'm sure, sa galing mo yan. Hindi ka lilimisahan ni Direk Philip ng role ng ano dito, ng kakayahan mo bilang actor.
Thank you.
And of course, si Polo.
Ako po, it's a big yes for me. Gaya po nung sabi ni Makoy, hindi po lahat ng tao na bibigyan ng chance makahandlong sa ganun, maka-experience. And syempre, iba pa rin yung feeling na ma-feel mo yung energy at yung vibe ng barko. So, it would be an honor for me.
Alright, eto naman po, a very gorgeous journalist from CineHub, Miss Mitch Rosales.
Hello po. So going back to your roles po, aside from this is a film about military and our local marine soldiers, sa mga cast po itong question na ito, what aspect of your character do you think audiences would relate to the most? Like saang part kaya makaka-relate ang masa sa character na i-portray niyo po for this film? Starting with Makoy na lang po siguro. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Mitch. Honestly po, hindi ko pa dinitalye kung paano ko inaral yung character. Kasi, hindi naman contradicting kasi sobrang ganda ng effort and laki effort ni Direk Philip. Kasi lagi siya yung into it talaga, di ba? Siya yung gumagawa, and then si Direk Cesar vocally din, nagganto yung mangyayari kasi experience-wise kay Direk. And as an actor for me, kasi sa time di naman sobra. I mean, sa mga experience ko po, iba pa din pagka nandun na yung shooting. Iba na yung pag nakasuot ka na ng sundalo, iba yung feeling na meron ka pa din man-change. Kahit anong handa mo na every detalye na dapat ka yung tsura, nagkakaroon pa rin ng change. And yung question is na, paano ko makakaano sa ibang tao, para makaka-relate. Hindi ko na siya iniisip. Kumbaga, mas mapakita ko lang kung ano talaga yung character. Kasi may yung mas importante na merong yung character na yun, buhay yun, tao yun. At the same time, merong talagang tao na nangyayari sa totoong buhay, which is yung mga soldiers nga. Tingin ko yung sagot ko, sila yung tingin ko gusto kong connect. Kasi pag na-produce yung film na to, pag gusto ko maramdaman nila na ako yun eh. Naramdaman ako and napakita natin throughout the film sa mga Pilipino na nandito sa syudad, na nandito sa probinsya, na hindi sumasabak doon. Ayun lang, kasi minsan naiisip ko, hindi mo kailangan i-relate sa lahat ng tao sa paggagawa ng character. Kailangan mo lang din maging focus sa isang bagay na maging genuinely na may ganun tao. Na hindi mo kailangan ng parang fictional na gumawa ka ng something. Yun lang po sa akin. Yun yung importante po sa akin na maramdaman ng mga bawat Pilipinong sundalo itong pelikula na ito. Yun lang po.
Sa akin naman siguro, doon sa character ko, makaka-relate yung mga tao o mga Pilipino bilang pagod. Kasi para talagang nakakapagod na maging tagabantay ng isang area ng bansa natin. Pero imagine yung kanilang kagaya nga nung pagkakaintindi ko na hindi ko alam nung una, nakatira sa isang kalawanging barko na hindi umaandar. Paano yun? Di ba? Tapos, ano ba talaga binabantayan natin? Di ba? Kasi sabi nga ni Derek, pumapasok naman yung mga Chinese, wala naman tayong magawa. Parang nakakapagod na hanggang ngayon, tanong naman din natin lahat yan na pagod na yung mga Pilipino pero meron pa bang pag-asa? Para bang itong mga Marines, itong kwento ng 4 na brotherhood na to, may pag-asa pa kaya na may paglaban nila yung totoong binabantayan nila? So, I guess hindi lang Chinese ang tatalakayin dito, kung hindi yung gobyerno, yung suporta ng ating bansa para dito sa mga hindi kinikilalang heroes na ito.
Nakaka-interesting nga, no? Kasi ngayon pa lang parang nararamdaman mo ng gusto nung iparamdam ni Sir Mon kung paano nila gagawin yung pelikula. Nararamdaman kita, Kuya Mon, na parang gutom na gutom ka na maramdaman namin yung kung anong gusto niyong iparating sa pelikulang ito.
Hindi lang namin pwedeng sabihin pero grabe yung pagkakasulat
Pero
ng
the
script.
way you express your
Brotherhood.
Guys, kung matipid sila magkwento about character, since character driven siya, I told them to omit certain parts. Yung mga bubog ng character nila, kasi parang yun yung
yun yung magiging roller coaster ride, how their bubogs, their interaction with each other, yun yung parang backdrop ng plot points natin from the looming danger. So that's on me, so kaya...
si Era.
Siguro makaka-relate yung mga Pilipino. It's just a typical ordinary Filipino who wants to serve his country, with love and responsibility bilang Pilipino. Nasabi na nila kanina na yun ang hirap bantayan, ano nga bang purpose kung bakit nandito itong mga sundalo natin, hanggang kailan sila, and ano nga ba yung pinaglalaban nila. No? I guess bilang Pilipino or bilang territorial na rin, sabihin natin, sa sarili nating bansa, it's just also similar to same Filipinos or ordinary Filipinos who wants to protect their territory, kunyari, bahay, family. So, this story talks about the relationship with the brothers, with their families, with their mga superiors, and experience also living in that island. So, gaya ng sinabi ni Derek kanina, saan ka tatae, saan ka iihi, saan ka magpatuyo ng damit. Although, tirik-tirik naman yung araw, kaya okay lang. So, basically, naghihirap ang ating mga sundalo natin doon. At hindi siya biro to protect our territory. And hopefully, and we're all wishing and we're all praying na hopefully, magkaroon na rin ng justice, or somehow masasabi natin na we have to really own this like 120% kasi we've been fighting for this for a long time already. So, yun po.
Well, ako, as Andoy, siguro makaka-relate po. Siguro makaka-relate po sila dahil ipapakita dito na Andoy yung pagmamahal, yung care niya, tsaka love niya sa bayan, sa taong bayan, na parang kahit, even though kahit sino pa yan, kapag nangailangan sila ng tulong, tutulungan natin sila kahit hindi tayo naka-uniforme, kahit wala tayong ranggo, kahit wala tayo sa posisyon. Ayun, parang, yun, yung makaka-relate sila kay Andoy sa pagiging, pagmamahal niya sa kapwa at sa bayan.
Expect namin yan, mukhang interesting naman gagawin yung role mo, no?
Tignan po natin. Thank you po.
Bakit? Duda pa? Anong code? Baka mag-change casting tayo tonight. Charot joke. Polo, share!
Sa akin po siguro po makaka-relate yung mga tao sa character ko sa part na unseen siya and underappreciated. Lalo na po pag malaki yung pamilya natin. There are times na we get to be unseen, underappreciated, and I can also actually relate to that. Na-mention ko nga sa old reality show ko, na-open up ko yun. And yeah, I will also prove na meron akong grit through love, through loyalty, napakita ng character ko yun. So I think people will relate to that.
Naintindihan naman namin na the excitement of sharing, pero mas sana pag natapos ang pelikula, i-gather natin ang lahat at para ma-share nyo yung gusto nyong iparating, di ba? Direct Philip and Direct Cesar. Here's a question from Miss Salve Asis ng Pilipinas Star ngayon. Before I give the microphone to Miss Ana Cerezo ng TV Patrol.
Hi, Direct. Clarification lang. Di ba meron ng movie nung parang mga 90s na ang
1996, meron nga, parang ito, pwede kami mag-buy na subtitle na lang para ano, but we don't want to retain this title.
Okay. But anyway, Direct, may target playdate na po kayo or saan po ito papalabas sa mga sinihan or sa streaming?
The usual route, box office and then streaming. But as for a target, parang wala pang hard target because we just wanna focus on, kasi prep number 1, sobrang magiging madugo eh.
Yeah.
And then, physically and for the actors also. And then, the shoot, hindi rin namin balak madaliin. So, no pressing air date.
Pero Direct, kailan po kayo officially mag-start?
Kami, kailan ba tayo? To shoot? Around
This year na.
October to November. That's a target shoot.
Thank you po, Direct.
Tapos showing ng MMFF. Charing lang, joke lang, joke. Before I give the microphone to me, to Alex Rosas, here is a question from Miss Ana Cerezo ng TV Patrol.
Hello po.
Hello.
Direct question na din. Are you also eyeing na ipasok sa film festivals? Not just here or...
Given the subject matter, we've talked about it na ni Direct Cesar na ipasok. But wala pa naman kung Locarno, Cannes, or Busan.
But you're planning talaga?
It wouldn't hurt. Kasi if it's a good platform also to show the plight of the country,
Yeah.
the situation, di ba? So, yes, that is in the plans.
Thank you. And then for yung cast na lang din, parang you haven't started pa yung filming, pero kayo, pagka nababalitaan nyo yung mga, kahit naman hindi blow by blow kung ano nangyayari pag nababalitaan nyo or when you hear anything about the West Philippine Sea, ano yung mga initial thoughts nyo, emotions, or your stand about it?
As we're always aware with the news, no, on a daily basis, nakakalungkot kasi, nakakasakit din kasi sa haba na nga ng nangyari doon, mga naapektuhan na rin yung mga sundalo natin, and still pinaglalaban pa rin natin until now, and somehow the resistance also with the Chinese ones, so Chinese people, kumbaga parang pag nakikita mo siya sa television, parang kulang na lang. Alam ko, isa sa amin dito parang gusto na pumunta doon, paglaban na rin, di ba? Tapunan doon or makipagpaluan doon. Last time, yung issue was pinalo ng paddle, no? So, it's somehow parang very unfortunate for us, no, to see these things, no? And considering na we're trying to fight our own like diba territory na kinukuha ng mga iba't ibang nationalities, no? I guess the fact na it's a very beautiful place. It's a very markable place of spot here in the Philippines. So sabi nga nila, nasa atin na ang magagandang isla sa buong mundo. So bakit natin ibibigay ito sa mga dayuhan na hindi naman kanila? So kailangan natin protektahan ito at it saddens me talaga to see our fellow Filipinos fighting, no, mga militaries natin fighting for this spot, no. Kung pwede lang kami or kung sino man sa atin pumunta doon, magkalabanin natin, pero again, sabi ni Direk, we don't want war. Ayaw natin ng fight.
Yeah.
So as much as possible, we have to take it in the due process in the right forum, no, and of course in the right people to talk about and to fight for this land for us.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Will anyone add? Okay, thank you.
Dagdag ko lang. Ako, actually, to be honest, wala akong alam, wala akong pakialam. Hindi ako masyadong maalam o parang wala akong pakialam kasi ang layo naman eh. Wala naman sa Maynila eh. Wala naman dito sa sentro. Pero hindi yun eh. Kapag napanood ng marami itong pelikulang ito, magkakaroon sila ng pakialam, magkakaroon sila ng knowledge, magkakaroon sila ng importansya kung bakit kailangang alagaan natin yung area na yon. Dahil nagdo-domino effect ito eh. At kung tutusin, hindi naman talaga tayo mananalo sa China. Baka isang missile lang tayo, isang araw lang, tapos na tayo, nakuha na nga nila buong Pilipinas. Pero yung kwento ng pelikulang ito, mas makaka-relate sila kung bakit. So, importante na mapanood ito ng mga kabataan, ng mga Pilipino at ng nakararami.
Thank you po. Salamat.
Thanks, Miss Ana. Okay, lumalalim, no? Tsaka nagkakaroon tayo ng magandang perspective. Ako mismo, talagang dami ko na tututunan hearing from all of you guys. Kasi from the script, mukhang heavy na yung research, di ba mo? Knowing you,
Yes,
no?
yes.
Mukhang aral na aral mo na
Hindi,
yung
nabasa
script.
ko lang, naikwento lang ni Derek eh.
Kaya lang kita
Kinikilig
you
ako
do your
eh.
homework, di ba? Okay.
Bihira yung mga ganitong pelikula eh.
Okay. May physically, dapat ba pag maghanda, bawal bang mataba dito? Wala bang marinong mataba? Sorry naman ha, not naman body shaming ha.
Physically, yes, may paghahanda, but in the sense na kasi it's a 6-month assignment. So sasabayan natin yung day 0 to day nila. So magkakaroon sila ng body transformation talaga as we shoot. Like yung papayat, kasi yung pagkain, di ba?
Bigote.
Scars, bigote, iitim.
Wow.
So sasabayan natin yung natural
The
progression
works. Oo.
based on how the Marines actually go through the process of their 6-month assignment.
Ganda, ang ganda. Okay, the question that was from Miss Ana Cereza and Miss Salve. The last question will come from Alex Rosas of the Daily Tribune. Okay, hi Mare.
To Sir Cesar and to Direk, obviously this is a film about patriotism. Sorry tawag dito. Of these things, what will the movie ignite? A. The interest to defend the territory. B.
Example ito.
To wield influence to those who refuse to accept the fact that we owe what they were claiming. Or C. To give some personalities a heads up that they are traitors.
Ako parang A. To make aware, diba, of what is ours. Tama ba? Yung A. Correct, no? A. Okay. Yung dalawa kasi iba, contentious, mapaaway tayo niyan. Eh.
But the mere fact that you're doing this is you are fighting.
Well, in fighting in the sense na, again, going back, those Marines are fighting for us. This is patak namin as filmmakers, storytellers, patak namin dun sa laban na yun. Patak namin sa pagiging Pilipino namin, to uplift the patriotism that, we wanna ignite and reignite, constantly ignite for all of us.
And as emphasized by Direk Cesar, we don't want war.
Yes.
Isipin nga natin, we are just guarding our islands. We are protecting our sovereignty, and by protecting our sovereignty, hindi tayo lumulusog. Hindi tayo nakarinig na may naglusog tayo, hindi tayo nakakita na tayo ang umuuna, bagkus every water cannon, every provocation, naging mahinahon ang Pilipinas. Because we don't want that it will be a reason na magkaroon ng giyera. Kasi kapag may single shot, magti-trigger na yon. And what does this mean? Diba, narinig natin, ang Amerika ay may kasunduan sa Pilipinas na treaty na kapag may ganyan ay sila ay magre-reinforce, tutulong sa Pilipinas. And we don't want that. We are so careful about that. So, we just have to understand, our soldiers are there to guard our islands, to ensure that we can show to the Chinese that, hey, we are not abandoning our sovereignty. We are here to tell you that we will stand and fight for this if i-invade nyo kami. And that's what we're doing. We're not firing any shots. So, it should not be seen, viewed as we are igniting war. This is our stand, and we don't want to abandon what is ours, and we have to stand together and to tell them that we are not surrendering. Okay?
Follow up. Given the climate of ignorance among some personalities about our territories, how will this film educate these idiots of some sort?
Okay. Gusto ko lang i-explain din, no? The South China Sea, the West Philippine Sea, our soldiers are not just there to protect the islands, the sea, but the vast wealth that is present in the West Philippine Sea. Look, we have the Malampaya. Ginugwardiyahan yan ng ating gobyerno. Kasi kung maapektuhan ang energy projects doon na pinagkukunan ng ating enerhiya dito sa Luzon, ay magkakaroon ng problema. So, hindi lang marine life, hindi lang isla, hindi lang water ang ginugwardiyahan ng Pilipinas. Yung way of life. Nandoon yung pinakamalaking tagong yaman na kailangang protektahan din. Hindi lang natin na-feel yan kasi hindi naman palaging sinasabi. But, you know, that the military officials know about this. That nakasalalay ang sandathang lakas sa laki, what is at stake, and we have to ensure that we are guarding them. We want to let them feel that we are here and we are protecting our wealth.
Okay, and with that word from our producer, it helps siguro na ang ating producer ay isang seasoned journalist, ano? Kaya interesting itong proyektong ito, tapos joined by visionary director Philip King. And with that, we'd like to request everyone to please rise for a photo op na. There